We would like to acknowledge that the land on which we gather is the traditional unceded territory of the Mi'kmaq peoples. This territory is covered by the Treaties of Peace and Friendship, which Maliseet, Mi'kmaq, and Passamaquoddy peoples first signed with the British Crown in 1726. The treaties did not deal with surrender of lands and resources, but in fact recognized Mi'kmaq and Maliseet title and established the rules for what was to be an ongoing relationship between nations. Hey, I'm Ben, and I am from the Fundy Biosphere Reserve, and we just wanted to thank the town of Riverview for having us here for their Winterfest. Now, we as an organization want to encourage people to go outside, to be active, to try snowshoeing and skiing and stuff like that. So if you haven't yet this winter, be sure to get out and get active, get some fresh air, enjoy a hike even, maybe some fat biking or other things. There's plenty to do even in the wintertime. Come on. Okay, maybe if I just take these off. That's better. Okay, so I'm not sure if you can hear me over the water. I'll speak a little louder so that hopefully you can, but I have 5 winter hiking, winter activity tips for you. 5 winter hiking tips from the Fundy Biosphere Reserve. Okay, tip number 1, which I'm doing poorly of because I've soaked my phone, is to keep your electronics warm. You want to keep them close to your body, whether it's a camera or whether it's a phone is imperative to have. So having a phone that can call for help if something goes wrong, like a fool falls down a hill on his skis, or something else, something more drastic, just because you want to be able to reach somebody if you get lost, if it's starting to get dark. Which brings me to point number 2. You want to know the conditions, how cold it's going to be. Is it going to be -20 with a huge wind chill, making it -40, and you go out dressed in just a thin fall jacket? That's something you don't want to happen. So you need to know the conditions and the conditions of the trail. Don't do anything you're not comfortable with. There's no sense in doing a double black diamond if you're skiing or something, just something you're unfamiliar with and not really sure of the time it's going to take or the conditions of the trail. You can see the sun is starting to set here. So if I was out and I've hiked an hour into the woods, now I gotta hike an hour back out, and that can just be dangerous. Now, to go along with that, you want to be sure that if you know the temperature, if you know the conditions, you have layers. So right now I've got 3 different layers. I've got a t-shirt, an undershirt, and my top layer. I should really have something that's windproof. This isn't really windproof, but if you are going out, you should really make sure that you know the conditions, the weather, and be able to layer up, because as you get hiking, you're gonna get hot, or as you get skiing or whatever, you're going to get hot, so you're gonna wanna take off layers. But if it gets colder, it starts to get dark, it gets cold really fast, you're gonna want to make sure that you can put those layers back on. And along with that, you wanna make sure that you cover all of your skin. So right now I don't have my gloves on right here, but you want to make sure that everything's covered, because if everything's covered, that gives you an extra layer against the wind, against the elements. It's going to protect you like an animal with fur or having down on, like having multiple layers. You just want to make sure everything is covered. That's why I grow a beard in the winter, so that I'm covered here. Wearing gloves too, wearing a couple pairs of gloves even, so that you can layer up in case one gets wet, or socks. You can wear a couple pairs of socks in case some get wet, or even have one in your pack or in your bag. Different things you should have in your bag. It depends on the person, depends on how long you're going, where you're going. If you have some snacks are definitely helpful if you're going for a couple hours. Having water is imperative. You need to have water if you're going out. You might not think it, but this time of year you sweat a lot, especially under all of your layers. You are working harder because you're trudging through snow, because you're working out on the skis or what have you. It's going to take a lot longer. And finally, you want to make sure that you protect your eyes. Your eyes are very important, and believe it or not, in the winter it can actually be brighter than in the summer because the reflection is bouncing off the white snow and it's extremely bright. So wearing sunglasses, as you would have seen me wear earlier, wearing sunglasses is definitely helpful to protect your eyes from the snow when you're driving. Even if you're looking at a body of water, it can be super, super bright. That along with the wind chill, it can hurt. You can get windburn and things like that. So I'm gonna wait for it to get a little bit darker and I'm gonna start a fire here. But those are my top tips for surviving winter hiking, winter activities in general. 5 winter hiking tips from the Fundy Biosphere Reserve. All right, I have grabbed some brush here, a few things I'm just gonna chop up, see if we can't get this started, and I grabbed some maple syrup that we're gonna try to turn into maple candy. Now I don't have a candy thermometer, so it's gonna be hit and miss, and then my sauteuse right here that I'm gonna put over top of the fire. So let me grab my matches, and we'll light, see what we can light and get this going. Okay, I'm embarrassed to say how long it took me to get this to light. As you can probably tell by how dark it is now, but we finally got a nice lit fire that I'm gonna try to put some maple syrup on. So, pan, and like I said, I really need a candy thermometer. I don't have one. So we're just gonna try this out, and what we're trying to do is we are trying to boil off the excess water in the maple syrup. We're just gonna put that on there. We're gonna watch it because there's a very thin layer. It's very easy to burn the sugar in maple syrup, so we're just gonna watch it, keep it moving, and try to boil off some of the water, and then we'll pour it on a fresh patch of snow and see if we can't make some maple candy. There we go. You can see it boiling a little bit, so keep it moving, keep it above the fire. This is something you can try at home if you dare. Where's my glove? I had a nice glove to handle this with. I might need to go find that because that is very warm. Yeah, this is definitely something you can try at home to do. Where's my glove? Where's the glove? Okay, we're just using that glove. Okay. Hear it boiling a little bit. Basically what you want to do is make it the consistency of taffy so that when you pour it out, you get rid of that excess water, so when you pour it out it turns into, very quickly, into some soft candy. I honestly have no idea how long to do this. Oh, is it too early? Find a clean piece of snow just to test it out here. Just a little bit. Nope, not yet. Not yet. Not even close. Not even close. Let's keep going. Let's keep going! I don't know if you can see it there, but it's definitely starting to boil off. Much easier with a candy thermometer, so you can check the temperature. There you go. All of that is steam, so that's the water leaving the syrup. There, you can definitely see it boiling there. Here, I'll bring one of the cameras closer so you can see. Now you should be able to see. You see that right there? Bring it to a slight boil. There we go. We got her boiling off that extra water. Now what you may see as you boil this down, it's going to lose volume because that water is evaporating. Oh, it smells fantastic. Because that water is evaporating, it's going to lose volume and it's just going to be more sugar left. There is still going to be some water left in it, but let's see. You see that? Looks yummy. Let's go give that a try over here. Oh, we're just about, actually, that's pretty darn close. That is, let me try it out. So if you can see, I'll melt some of the snow off. If you can see that there, that is a little bit of maple taffy right there. Let me. Oh, that's delightful. Oh, yummy. Okay, let's share with you guys. Let me show you what it looks like. I'll pour some out, and I'll bring you along. You might see that it's a little burnt, but okay, here we'll pour that. I don't have terribly clean snow, but we're gonna pour some of that. Oh, a little bit burnt, a little too hot, but you can see some pieces there, some very delicious pieces. Let's just pour the rest out. Here we go. Pour. Now you're supposed to have a popsicle stick or something for this, but I'm just going to let it cool. I'm going to use my fingers because that is delicious right there. That is some maple candy. Look. Pick that up, that's a full piece. And then you just take it. You just take it and you pop it in your mouth. Oh, it's a little hot. Oh. And chewy. Delicious. There we go. Oh. Yeah, that's beautiful. Yummy. Yum. Very, very good. Back to the fire. Here are some of the larger pieces of the maple taffy. Actually, that's hard sugar at that point. And now, but yeah, I guess my time here has pretty much come to a close. Thank you so very much for joining me, learning a little bit. Please tag the Fundy Biosphere in some of your winter adventures, things that you're going on. We do have a winter challenge going on right now where we have 24 activities that I am participating in. One of which was a polar dip right here in this river less than a month ago, which was very, very cold. No. So, if you try to make some maple taffy, we're coming into maple season here soon, a couple months, I guess. And do try to make some, feel free to tag us in it.